You're listening to Catholic Chicago. Ahead, the Archdiocese of Chicago brings you programs about the people, events, and issues that touch our lives. Welcome to Catholic Chicago.
When I listen to my heart, I can hear you whisper, asking me lovingly to come and follow you. Here I am. Did I hear you call my name? Here I am, as you will.
Good morning. This is Sister Lavina Pamet. I am a Franciscan Sister of the Sacred Heart. This is Dare to Love, and we were just watching a video clip that Mr. Michael May from here in the radio TV at Quigley Center in the studio. Something about our special guest today. I'm so excited. So, Dare to Love show is a radio show that talks about and spotlights religious and consecrated life. And usually I talk about vocation stories. This episode is actually a little unique and different because aside from interviewing a religious brother, well, I almost said his name. I will introduce him just in a little bit. But what I'm excited about is art. I love art, and we're talking about murals. And what was being posted on that wall that you just saw is something that our guest is going to be talking a little bit more about. And also in terms of his congregation and all the whole charism and his own charism and what he spreads out in the community is something that I think is just so phenomenal. So, you ready? Our guest for today is Brother Mark Elder, and he is from the Congregation of the Mission, otherwise known as the Vincentians from St. Vincent de Paul. And Brother Mark, welcome. You are currently the professor for art, or I don't know if it's like generally art or creating murals at DePaul University. Welcome. Thank you so much.
Both, sister. Happy to be here. I like to refer to myself as a muralista, if you want to get south of the border about it. But I am a muralist that really advocates for the people, in the fact that when I do a particular mural project, I do it in concert with the people who are going to live with the mural, and it works out so much better that way.
Okay, so not creating murals for the sake of art, it's really a community event.
Exactly. And it's basically a service for the people, in the fact that they can find the common ground of values that they have in their school, in their parish, in their locale. Celebrate those values that bring them together, and that way they can specifically show to anybody visiting their locale what they are about. And the art basically brings ownership and a real way for them to discuss any problems uh, for themselves to take on and get past.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, okay, that was the mural part. The educator part is it just so happens that you are at DePaul. So what's that all about? Are you teaching your students art in general or to become muralistas?
A little bit of both, because yes, I do teach classes that deal with introduction to art. I deal with internships for artists to serve the community in service learning. And yes, I do teach mural classes that teach students really how to take a subject from a little bitty small drawing to make it 70 feet tall if they want to.
Mm. Which is an entirely different medium. When I first talked to you, and I said that I consider myself, I consider myself an artist, but until COVID, I considered myself like a lazy artist because I wasn't really doing it unless I was on retreat. And you said something, can you make a decision?
Yep.
What's that all about? What do you mean?
Well, art making is totally about making decisions. It's really the basis of, first of all, do you want to make art that day? And if you do, you get the equipment out. Okay, what shall we make? Got to make a decision about that. Oh, shall I use red or should I use blue? Should I use both? Oh, should I bring another color? Should I do some sort of texture? All sorts of decisions to bring out really what it is that you wish to communicate with the viewer with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you can make a decision, you can make art. I didn't say you could live off it. I said you can make it.
No, yeah, that's right. No, to me, I consider right now it's still kind of like a hobby, but because of the watercolor that I do, I do start dreaming a little bit more. Because, and here's again related to the educator part, I too feel like, education, being an educator is part of my vocation, as well as being a sister, a religious sister. And that is because I love to learn and I love to share whatever it is that I'm learning. And so, but you're right. I mean, every day I need to make a decision. Okay, I'm on a break. Can I do like even a 5 minute kind of like little, leaf there or something, just do color. So,
It's really great that you bring in the spiritual aspect of it, because the whole notion of art making is in its essence meditational. You can even quote Thomas Merton of the fact that getting into a drawing class is another way to meditate itself, and it goes on from there.
that's right. Okay, so I did the muralist part, I did the educator part. At least just this is just like the intro to you. Okay, what is this cowboy thing? Buffalo bro. Okay, what is that all about, Brother Mark?
Well, yeah, I'm trying to dodge there so people can see that yes, I do walk down the street and I do have a cowboy apparel, and it is another extension in the realm of performance art to basically put in front of people the notion that the image of Christ could be anyone at any time, and the fact that I'm this cowboy out of place. I've got plenty of stories that challenged people in that way, and once made them think twice about, what it was that I was wearing and why I was wearing it. So it's another way for me, I think, to evangelize, and it does challenge people in a good way, in the most interesting of circumstances. And so I make art about some of the challenges that I've seen, and I've even written poetry with it, and so it's a continuing story when I do that. Yes,
Okay. All right. So, in terms of how you met your congregation, you went to DePaul, is that right? Or
I did. I did when I was a young seminary student studying to be a brother. I was sent to DePaul to get an education degree, and I did get a Bachelor of Science in physical education. I had a great time doing it, and I had a great time teaching physical education, especially when I was a young man. Did a lot of coaching, basketball, soccer, even started my own soccer league.
wow.
Why? Because I wanted to coach so bad, and we had a need in Southeast Missouri for a school-based soccer league, where there wasn't one before. So I had a great deal of fun doing that when I was a young man. Yes.
Okay. And then, so like really quickly, before we go on a break, like
Mhm.
1 minute, kind of like maybe talk about how did you even meet your congregation? Did you know them before or?
Well, we have to define, for your sense, what a congregation is, but in our audience, in my way of thinking, that could be anywhere or any place where you're making art as such. And I guess basically it was the people I was serving at the time, because the art grew naturally in me as I was teaching physical education, doing lots of other academic chores.
Okay.
It grew very quietly until one night the angel of art came into my room, said, "Get up, you need to do a show." So I did.
Who, me,
I was
Lord? Yeah.
35 at the time,
It was a prophet call.
I
It
would
was a
say.
prophet call.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, that's
yeah.
wonderful. Well, okay. So I can't wait until we can talk about Big Vinny and also
Okay.
the arts under the L station. So after this break, we're going to show a little bit more about your murals and even like how it's done and what it's made of and things like it's just so fascinating. And then unfortunately this is such a short show, but at least May 1st would, if people are interested in getting to know you, May 1st is another interview with Catholic Chicago show. This Dare to Love show is pretty much like in May, but we're also celebrating Religious Brothers in May. Well, May 1st, but I'd like to thank the whole of May. How's that? So we'll be back. Don't go away, folks, because we've got more. This is just the beginning.
Here I am, I come to follow you.
I've traveled long and far to follow you.
Make all the difference in the lives of adolescents. Catholic Charities understands this, and our mentorship programs provide a free opportunity for young adults to spend time with volunteers who genuinely care about them. This program is ideal for youth aged 9 through 12 who may need support navigating the challenges of childhood and early adolescence. Our amazing volunteers serve as friends who help youth recognize their strengths and empower them to reach their full potential. Catholic Charities conducts a thorough background check on every volunteer, and our program coordinator closely monitors and supports every relationship. Mentoring is a fun after-school program that can help young adults build confidence and enjoy fun activities with their peers, too. To learn more, visit CatholicCharities.net or call 312-655-7970 in Cook County and 847-782-4224 in Lake County. We're connecting youth with great role models. Join us today.
I am a seminarian.
The church needs compassionate and well-trained priests to help guide each of us through life.
What inspires me, what draws me always to the priesthood is continue to see priests be a beacon of hope for other people.
You can play a part in the education of these young men as they prepare for a life of service to others.
I want to be that beacon of hope too, and it sets my heart on fire.
To support our seminarians, make your gift at archchicago.org/seminarian fund or call 312-534-7959.
Community is core to Catholic Charities' founding mission. For more than 100 years, we have met people and families where they are, serving anyone in need, regardless of their faith, gender, race, or ethnicity. As our world absorbs the economic, political, and social aftershocks of the pandemic, 50% or more of the 6 million people living in Cook and Lake counties have little or no savings. They are a paycheck away from zero. We are deeply grateful to everyone in the Catholic Charities community who partners with us to alleviate the suffering of the people we serve and offer them a better path forward. We are witnessing a message of mercy and hope to a world very much in need. Learn more at CatholicCharities.net.
Hey everyone, I'm John here with your 2-minute tour. We're here in Lincoln Park on DePaul's Wish Field, taking a look at the beautiful St. Vincent de Paul mural, We Are DePaul 2.
Hey,
isn't that right, Brother Mark?
You bet.
All right, thank you. We're also here with Father Paul and his student Jay from CDM. We're going to take another look at what you guys are doing in a moment, but first, Brother Mark, can you tell me more about this beautiful mural here on McCabe Hall?
Yeah, well, We Are DePaul 2 is the second giant St. Vincent, the first one being over there on Kenmore, back for the centennial in 1999. But this one was moved over here because they built over the other one. So the entire portrait of Vincent is made up of little bitty 2-inch faces. Here's a brick size one right here. Rubber stamp portraits. They have faculty, staff, and students. And they represent us coming together as a community to represent the virtues of Vincent to the rest of the world.
Wow, that's beautiful. You mind if we take a closer look?
I was hoping you'd ask.
All right, let's do it. Now, Father Paul, he's got a tiny little camera in his helicopter there. He's going to get us a closer look of the mural. And can you tell us a little bit more how you made this?
Well, I'll tell you, it's made entirely, as I said, of little bitty faces. And as we get closer with the helicopter, you'll be able to see the west wall has the normal representation of Vincent. The north side, the windows are part of the design itself. Muralists like to call that absorption. So that checkerboard north side that you see over there, well, that's digital process as we know it these days. And as it comes around the corner, we have this completion of the portrait itself in a very recognizable form that we all can accept.
And now, how long did it take you to put that all together?
Well, it took about 9 months to really research it as such, but only when we came here to paint, 2.5 weeks to really do it. I had 10 students helping me, and basically what you're looking at is a huge paint by number, which was hand drawn by me.
Wow, that's incredible.
You know, for people who come up close to it, the whole point is that they really see that it is us as a university community coming together to represent the real values and virtues of what Vincent stood for in his lifetime.
All right, Brother Mark, thank you so much.
John, thank you.
I appreciate it. Thanks, guys, for showing us your cool toys and getting us, a closer look at the mural. All right, everyone, I'm John, and that is your 2-minute tour.
Is so incredible. I watched that myself, and because I know when we were talking, when I was trying to ask you can I interview you, and you said that they're like made up of the faces of staff and students. I'm like, huh? I didn't quite get it until I saw that video, It's just so incredible because it, first of all, it reminded me of this one famous kind of like portrait of Jesus made up of different faces, the body of Christ. And then I watched this again. It's incredible. And then just like really quickly, Brother Mark, you said something about the archangel came to you. I thought about like Annunciation. And then you talk about kind of being the midwife or I guess being that guide for others to make their own art. It's just incredible what you're doing.
Exactly. Yes, indeed. The whole point of especially the Big Vinny was when I did it the first time, it was an open plaza and students and anybody, any viewer could walk up to it and see the little individual faces. And they would actually, it was timed well enough that they could recognize various people that they knew.
Wow.
Might be their friends, might be classmates or whatever. And there was for a little while when it was in the original spot right off Kenmore, anybody could see that and that way. And then it would dawn on people that, oh, I'm in this portrait. I'm part of this picture of Vincent, for the rest of the world. And that's its intention. I was then on a leave and I was asked to paint a mural at Arcuria in Rome. And I did something similar. I had my rubber stamps with me. So, I went everywhere. And I did a similar portrait in Rome. And then I got an email from our facilities officer at the time, good man Bob Janis. And he told me at first, says, we got bad news. And I go, well, what is it, Bob? Well, we have to build over your mural. And he knew that I raised the money for it. Oh. So by the time I got back from Rome after doing the mural there, the president at that time, Father Minogue, came to me and he's hanging his head and said, everybody's mad at me. Everybody's mad at me. It's why is that, Jack? Father Jack, what's the problem? He goes, well, yeah, we had to build over your mural. Here's some money. Go put it up somewhere else. I said, okay. So that's why it's in its place now. But unfortunately, it's a real surprise when people find out, oh, it's got all these faces. But it wasn't intended that way where it is now, but that's the way it goes.
For Chicagoans, and I'm directionally challenged, so I remember seeing Big Vinny and, easily seen on, when you're writing the L, okay?
Right.
So was that the We Are DePaul one? And then...
No, that's the second one. The first one was right off what is known as the Schmidt Academic Center East Side. If you were a student, you were crossing the street at Kenmore, and it was on the south wall of what is the Levan classroom.
Okay.
And you could literally walk up to it and see the individual faces.
Yeah.
But the way it is now, it only soccer players and softball players would actually see it. Or if I led you out on a tour onto the field, yes, you would see it that way.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm happy to say I'm blessed that thousands of people see it every day from the L.
Right.
Which is fine.
That's why I like it.
Yeah. DePaul people and informed people know who it is.
Right.
No problem.
Yeah.
The non-Catholic or someone who's really not all that well informed, sometimes I get stories, and this is fun. Mm-hmm. They think it's the Pope because he's wearing a skull cap.
Right.
So that some have other people in mind.
Yeah.
And then somebody from DePaul would say, no, it's St. Vincent de Paul. He's
Right.
our patron. He's
Right.
he's the inventor of, arguably, the nonprofit concept.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Brother Mark.
True patron of charity.
Yeah.
A real innovator. And that's what we as Vincentians try to be for the poor, is be innovative for them and their benefit.
Right. And talking about innovative, and we don't have a lot of time. So really quickly, I really would like to hear a little bit about the art under the L station itself on Fullerton.
Well, in my background, in my screen, you can see a little snippet of it. Yes, this is a celebration of DePaul's 125th anniversary. Seems that every 25 years I get to do things like this. No, actually, I do a little more often. But it is about our stories and simply our own, I guess you could say it's art about our values as a Catholic university.
Mm-hmm.
Simply put, all the great inspirational stories of individuals that contributed mightily to DePaul, as well as some of the more lesser known stories. People like Benjamin Hooks, who was the great civil rights criminal law judge in Tennessee, who was one of our law students. We had, people like George Mikan, who was the great NBA player, Ray Meyer, Father Francis Xavier McCabe, and here on the screen right now is, the Archbishop. Dang it, I'm drawing a blank, and I hate that, but I'm sure I'll get help later on as to who it is.
Well, how about this, Brother Mark? I think we need to challenge people, because now, I usually drive to work. However, maybe just for the sake of looking at this artwork, I'm probably going to take it's a red line, right? And
it's
stop,
the red line at Fullerton.
And stop at Fullerton just so I can see it for myself. So, folks, I know we're ending the show, and hopefully I can get Brother Mark and get more information from you. But folks, you need to go to the L Stop and check out those pillars, because it's the stories that you have visually is just incredible. But
and thank you so much. Yes. And I'm happy to escort you through it. And I will say that you can go to YouTube and type in the search box LSUTL, and you'll get a whole bunch of little 2-minute stories that I put there on my YouTube channel.
And the description on the YouTube recording of this airing May 18, or you can just put it on the YouTube search, Brother Mark Elder, and also like the L Stop art, and they can find the video and all the information. Brother Mark, thank you so much for agreeing to be my guest. Such a pleasure and a privilege.
Very happy to be here. Thanks for the opportunity, sister.
Maybe you'll see me at DePaul taking your mural class. No, I'm kidding.
You're more than welcome.
Thank you. God bless. God bless everybody. Thank you again. Michael May is our sound and video engineer today. God bless.
Thank you.
Here I am, I come to follow you.
I've traveled long and far to follow you, a stranger and a pilgrim in this world.